Hello Wayfarers, and welcome back to my channel, Wayfaring Reader. Now first of all, I want to apologize because I know it's been like over a month since I uploaded my last video, but I've had my final exams and it was just absolute craze. But now I'm back, I've got the summer ahead of me and I've got so many videos planned and I hope you guys are excited. Now there is going to be a new addition to this channel, so just stick to the end of the video to find out more. Now, as you can tell from the title of the video, today I'm going to be reviewing the last and most recent book that Sarah J. Maas has published, A Court of Frost and Starlight. Now this is, some people consider it the fourth ACOTAR novel, some people, it is really a novella. It's kind of a bridge book between the main ACOTAR trilogy and the new kind of spin-off trilogy. We don't really know how many books there are going to be. Now, I got it pretty soon after it came out. I live in Spain, so pre-orders do take a little time to arrive here. And I read it like right away. It was a super fast read. It was super short for a Sarah J. Maas book. It is a novella. It was like 250 pages. When the reviews started coming in, people weren't really excited or happy about it. Although I really like it, it is by far the best Sarah J. Maas book. I would actually say it is her worst book. Now, it is not bad by any means. It is still Sarah J. Maas. It still has her amazing writing and world building and characters, but there is just so much that is lacking in this story. Now, for those of you who don't know, this is kind of the story that deals with the aftermath of the war. So Feyre and the Inner Circle kind of have to deal with the loss of it, of the consequences that are left after that conflict, and it's all about kind of that ordeal and that situation in Velaris in the Court of Dreams, and not just in the Court of Dreams, but in general in all of Prythian. Since Sarah J. Maas did state that this was a bridge book, I did expect to see a lot of things. And I knew that since this was a novella, there wasn't really going to be this massive plot, with this plot twist, with this kind of climax, because after all, it is a short story. Short story. For Sarah J. Maas standards, it is quite short though. So I knew that there wasn't much to be expected. And even if I didn't really expect much, it still managed to be below those non-existent expectations. I still loved it. I would give it a 3 out of 5 stars, or maybe a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I do have a Goodreads review, so I'll be linking that down below if you guys want to check that out. And that is my lowest rating for Sarah J. Maas, because my ratings go for from 4 to 5 stars with her. Normally it's like 4.5, 5 stars with her books, because she's like one of my absolute favorite authors. There are a couple of things that I did still really like from it. For example, the art aspect. You know, the fact that we deal with loss. I liked seeing those things. I like seeing, for example, Feyre starting to paint again, how through art and through culture she wants to help other people. That is something that is so wonderful, and that's something I really appreciate in all of Sarah J. Maas's books, her love for art, and how not just art but just culture in general, and how she expresses it, and the passion that her characters put into culture and to art is just so wonderful, and that was there. I expected to see Vasa all throughout A Court of Wings and Ruin. Kind of Sarah J. Maas hints at little plot points that are going to take place in the next series she's writing in this world. And one of those kind of major plot points, or kind of rather plots in general, was Vasa's story and how she wants to break free from the sorcerer's curse. What I expected from this novella was to see the foundations of the next series. I expected this book to be a must-read to understand the next few books, but it really wasn't like that. I think, without having read her next few books, I think you can just really skip this story and that will be fine. I think this was just much more a crowd pleaser for her fans, kind of a thank you note, if you will, to her fans, but really I think was just unnecessary. That is my main kind of problem with it. It was just unnecessary because we don't really get much about what's going to go on in the next few books. You know, we do get kind of hints at the conflict that is rising in the Illyrian camps and the sexism that kind of still thrives in the Illyrian camps, but we don't really know how that's going to play out. And actually the biggest kind of hint is the 20-page preview of the next book she's going to publish in this series. That's kind of the biggest part and the best part of this novella, and it's not even part of the novella. So yeah, I was kind of really disappointed. For me, the best part of this was seeing the characters again and seeing them in kind of the day-to-day life, because after all they went through, they deserve a little peace, and it was nice seeing them interact in situations that were not full of kind of the prelude of war and full of tension, and I really liked that. I love seeing Elaine grow out of her shell and start to open up more and more. I loved Nesta's character arc, where she kind of wants to isolate herself after everything that has happened. There are a few things that were introduced in this that I want to see in the next few novels, which is that in this kind of Fae world, you do not have to stay with your mate, because there's this kind of love triangle starting to build up between Elaine, Lucian, and Azriel. I don't want Lucian and Elaine to be together just because they're mates, you know, because this whole mate thing, we've seen it in Throne of Glass, we've seen it here, and we've seen the romantic side. We've seen Feyre and Rhys and how they have this wonderful relationship. But I think we need to see that just because they're kind of mates, they're not destined to be together, and they don't have to be together. Especially because up until now, we've only seen kind of the males' imprint, if you will, on the females. And so I really want Elaine to end up with Azriel. I don't want her to end up with Lucian just because they're mates. And I want Sarah J. Maas to explore that. I would be really upset if, in the end, Elaine were to end up with Lucian instead of Azriel. Having said this and having kind of made this brief review, I just want to make a few theories about the next few books. In those books, we have to see certain things. Now, we have to see the Vasa storyline, because I think that's fundamental. That's kind of the whole build-up she established in ACOWAR. So I'm really excited, and I'm excited to see how Lucian and Elaine, the roles are going to play in that, because I don't expect to see Feyre and Rhys as much. I expect we're going to see much more of the inner circle, and we're going to see much more of Feyre's sisters, Elaine and Nesta. Now, I think Elaine, Lucian, and probably Azriel, because I've already talked about this kind of love triangle, I think they're going to go kind of in the direction of solving the Vasa conflict, on one hand, and then on the other hand we kind of have the Cassian and Nesta storyline of them going to the Illyrian camps, because if you guys read the preview for the next book, we know Nesta goes to the Illyrian camps with Cassian to kind of try to solve this conflict. So I think we're going to have those two main storylines. Those two are going to have to mash up at some point. That was it for this video today. I hope you've enjoyed it, guys. Let me know down below in the comments what your thoughts were on ACOFAS, if you're excited for the next few books, regarding the kind of new addition I want to make on this channel. I'll probably kind of send a message through YouTube. I have no clue how that works yet, so wish me luck. But on Tuesdays, some Tuesdays, not every Tuesdays, I will be uploading some videos. Now, which videos will you guys be getting on Tuesdays? On Tuesdays, I'll be uploading reviews, mostly reviews of books that are in one language and not the other, because this is a bilingual channel. You guys know this is a bilingual channel, Spanish and English, and there are a lot of books in Spanish that are not translated in English, and they're not going to be translated in English. Those books I will only be reviewing in Spanish. I have done already one review if you guys want to check it out. However, those videos will always have subtitles in English for those of you who want to check it out and want to know what kind of books I'm reading in Spanish. But this will also be the case flipped around. If there are books published in English, and maybe it's a small independent author, or maybe it's a book that hasn't been announced in Spanish, or maybe it's a book that I feel isn't going to be published in Spanish, then I'll only review it in English, because again, it's a lot of work filming in 2 languages, the same video, and editing. But again, those videos will have subtitles in Spanish. But don't be scared, Fridays are sacred. On Fridays you will always have a video in both languages, and the Tuesdays videos will just be uploaded whenever I have one of those videos, so it won't be every single Tuesday. So yeah, that was all the news I bring you guys. Please give this video a thumbs up if you've liked it, and subscribe to my channel down below if you haven't already, and become a member of the Wayfarer family. You can also follow me on Instagram at .g.misas. That's all for this video today. I hope you enjoyed it, and have a great